So after the events of Boruto Two Blue Vortex chapter 19, it seems like Team 7 is in a bind when it comes to fighting Ryu and Matsuri. Konohama right now is restricted by his movements thanks to Matsuri discovering that he does not have the same feelings that she has for him, making her incredibly enraged and is trying to devour him at this current moment. When it comes to Ryu, he has managed to steal away Araya's blade that was used to counter Ryu's Iron Sand. However, now that that isn't in the battlefield anymore and is sealed away within the claw grimes, Sarada, Mitsuki, and the rest of the Sand Ninja don't have an answer when it comes to fighting Ryu right now in the story. And this is where chapter 19 left off, and with Team 7's goal of eliminating the Shinju, it seems like they are currently stuck when it comes to fighting these characters and may face potential death if they aren't saved anytime soon. In my last video, I did say that Boruto could be the one that comes and saves them. However, if any character were to make a comeback and finally make a real mark within the story, it would be Kawaki. Let's not forget, at the end of chapter 18, Kawaki was confronting Amato for him to remove his limiters, as we know that Amato did put these limiters in order to ensure Kawaki's safety so he wouldn't die in the future. We do know that Amato wants to have Kawaki implant a karma to revive Akabi, who is Amato's daughter, in order to accomplish his goals. However, with Kawaki realizing this, he does want to eliminate the other characters first, such as Boruto, the Shinjus, and any other Otsutsuki, before he decides to implant a karma to bring back Akabi. So at the end of chapter 18, with this happening alongside with the events of chapter 19 as well, the setup for Kawaki to come back into the story with more powers unleashed when it comes to fighting these Shinjus are imminent. And in fact, I think this scenario is more likely to happen rather than Boruto coming back to save them. Now, it is implied that Boruto could make an appearance at some point with this conversation with Kashin Koji, as Koji knows that Boruto does want to head out there in order to protect his teammates. And with that being implied, there could be a possibility for Boruto to make an appearance again onto the battlefield, but in my opinion, I think this would be more suitable for Kawaki, as if I'm being real here, I've said this many times, Kawaki has been very underwhelming in Two Blue Vortex so far. Despite getting more powerful, he has been coming up short again and again and again, and compared to Boruto, he's simply not on that power level. And we do know that Kawaki and Boruto, they did have that conversation when it comes to eliminating the Shinju. Despite Kawaki wanting to kill Boruto, he does come into an understanding with Boruto that he must eliminate these other villains first, because they pose a much bigger threat than Boruto right now. Even though he does have a hit list of killing certain characters within the story, after fighting the likes of Jura and Hidari, Boruto did make a convincing case for Kawaki to understand that these Shinjus pose a much greater threat compared to Boruto himself. Obviously, Boruto does pose somewhat of a threat thanks to Momoshiki, but the thing is, we haven't seen Momoshiki at all at any point in TPV so far, and I don't think that will change anytime soon unless we see Boruto in grave danger whenever he does fight next. But when it comes to Kawaki, Amato unlocking those limiters for Kawaki to fight at full power is most likely going to happen in the near future of Two Blue Vortex. Amato needs Kawaki in order to bring his daughter back. However, Kawaki does make this promise to Amato that he must kill these characters first for him to implant a karma to bring Akabi back. That is the only way for Amato to enact this plan, so for that to happen, Amato will have to unlock Kawaki's limiters first in order for Kawaki to eliminate these characters for Akabi to eventually come back. Now, do I personally believe Kawaki will kill Boruto at some point in the story? I wouldn't rule it out, but I think the chances of it actually happening are very low. Now, we don't know how truly strong Kawaki is going to become once he gets his limiters removed, so it's kind of hard to gauge how it is, but at least from Boruto's interpretation, when it comes to Kawaki getting his limiters removed, it seems like the powers that he does get once he's no longer nerfed is enough to take down somebody like Jura. It is implied that Boruto and Kawaki will fight together to take down somebody like Jura, as Boruto even admits himself that his power alone is not enough when it comes to taking down these Shinjus. I think individually when it comes to every other Shinju, such as Hidari, Matsuri, Ryu, Mamoshi for example, those characters can be taken down individually from Boruto's perspective. However, a character like Jura is the main shot caller, and at least according to Kashin Koji, his power is so strong that that nobody in the story right now has the individual power to fight him. As a matter of fact, the power of everybody inside of Konoha will not be able to stop somebody like Jura if he ever does become angry. Hence why Jura has not been confronted every time he does make an appearance within the bookstore inside of Konoha, knowing that if they ever do make him angry, there is absolutely nobody that could stop him, which even includes the likes of Ida and Damon, for example. So for Kawaki's sake, it is more likely that he will get his limiters removed chapter by chapter, and I think it will happen very soon. As a matter of fact, I think it's very likely that he will get these limiters unlocked so he can head out to fight in the Land of Wind. Now, I know the question that you guys would ask is, why would Kawaki head out to help out Team 7 knowing that he wasn't assigned this mission in the first place? I do think it comes down to Boruto and Kashin Koji's plan. Let's not forget, Kashin Koji does have the Prescience Jutsu, meaning that he does have the ability to see multiple timelines heading into the future, meaning that he has the ability to manipulate the future to the best of his ability to ensure a safer outcome for everyone within the story. This includes pointing Boruto into the right direction when it comes to learning certain abilities and fighting the Shinju. This is why Boruto has not left to help out Team 7 when it comes to taking down the Shinju within the Land of Wind, or else this would attract Jura and could cause everyone to die. Hence why Boruto has not left yet. And in one of the future timelines that Koji did see, he may have witnessed Kawaki's full powers unleashed, where Kawaki is powerful enough to take down the Shinjus by himself. Of course, when it comes to fighting Jura, it seems like Boruto and Kawaki will have to fight him together in order to have a chance of victory against Jura. However, in a scenario like this where they're fighting Matsuri and Ryu, maybe Boruto and Kashin Koji are anticipating for Kawaki to head out to the Land of Wind to take down the Shinjus by himself. As even though Boruto knows that he may have the power to take down these characters, they know that Jura is hunting Boruto as well, and they are also looking for Kashin Koji. So instead of trying to get Boruto's hands dirty once again, it may be more reasonable for Kawaki to do it himself, knowing that he is not in that same danger level that Boruto is in. And yes, Kawaki is also being targeted by the Shinju, knowing that they could devour him. However, the Shinju's main priority is to kill Boruto, as well as whoever is working with Boruto, and in this scenario it is Kashin Koji, of course. So somebody like Kawaki is not in the same priority when it comes to killing them compared to Boruto, as when it comes to the Shinju's point of view, the main objective is to kill Boruto and his accomplice. Kawaki is more or less an afterthought, at least according to Jura's words, as the main goal is to kill Boruto and then after to devour Kawaki. With Boruto informing Kawaki to get his limiters removed by Amato, this could be the plan that Boruto and Kashin Koji can enact for them to take out the rest of the Shinjus for Kawaki to kill by himself. And to be honest with you, I think that would be a great plan for somebody like Kawaki, as mentioned before, he has been pretty underwhelming within TBV, and I think for him to make it somewhat of a redemption in terms of fighting the top tiers in the verse, I think this would be the perfect scenario for him to come back into the story and actually be the badass that he once was back in Boruto Part 1. Kawaki is my favorite character after all, and it's been kind of frustrating seeing him get his ass beat over and over and over again. And even though him getting his powers back is somewhat cheap, it is consistent for somebody of his character. Yes, when he was with Naruto, he was training the right way, learning ninjutsu and training with the likes of Boruto and Naruto. However, now in the story, there is no time to train. The Shinjus pose an immediate threat that the Leaf Village knows that they must take them out as quickly as possible, or else the ninja world will be at risk. So with that being said, the only way for Kawaki to be effective within the story is for him to be strong enough to be able to take down the Shinjus, as personally I just can't keep witnessing Kawaki get his ass beat over and over again. It's getting frustrating and annoying knowing the potential that he does have, and also from the looks of it, it seems like Team 7 has hit the wall when it comes to fighting Ryu and Matsuri. Despite Sarada, Mitsuki, and the Sand Ninja putting up a good fight, it seems like they don't have any counter when it comes to fighting against Ryu's Iron Sand. And when it comes to Konohamaru's sake, we don't know if he is even strong enough to fight back against somebody like Matsuri. Right now his movements are restricted and Matsuri is intending to devour him, so we'll see what Konohamaru can actually do. But if Kawaki were to make an impact back into the story, I think now is the perfect time for him to truly come back into Two Blue Vortex, because it's time for the other main character to step up into this story. Because when it comes to Boruto, I think he's done plenty enough to convince us that he's gotten stronger and matured as a character. Kawaki clearly has not progressed on that level, and he needs more for him to be able to be more relevant within the story. Despite having some screen time in some battles earlier in TBV, it's simply not enough, and for Boruto and Koji to have a safer future, I think they are planning for Kawaki to make this appearance. If not, Boruto will probably save the day. However, I think it would be much more unique for this story to go in the direction for Kawaki to save Team 7. I think that would be much more redeeming for his character, knowing that he also wants to protect the village, however in a much more drastic way. And whatever abilities that Kawaki does gain after getting his limiters removed, I am hoping that they are unique and powerful enough for him to hold his own without the need of Boruto saving him or him escaping if he does get hurt in battle. So let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section below. Do you agree with this theory? Do you think that Boruto and Koji are planning for Kawaki to make an appearance in the Land of Wind for him to take down the rest of the Shinju, knowing that Sawada, Mitsuki, and Konohamaru are in grave danger when it comes to fighting Matsuri and Ryu? I think it would be an opportunity for Kawaki to finally make a real impact within the story, because he has been lacking behind when it comes to being a main character in Two Blue Vortex, and in my opinion, I think this would be the best way for Kawaki to flex his brand new powers that he has been holding back thanks to Amato having those limiters placed on his body. So let me know how you guys feel about this video in the comment section below. So if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe, hit the bell as well, and have a good day. Peace.